hear a motion to approve.
You can't do that.
Oh, well, that's, see, I'm all energized for other stuff.
That's all right.
We just talked about that. I want to show you where my mind is. Just said that, Bernard. Come on now. Okay, non-action items.
All right, well, Commissioner, members of the board, myself and Melinda just have a report, just give you an update on the youth center. A couple of things that we're going to be doing as the next year progresses. But to start off with November, the stats looked really good. As you can see, with daily attendance, it varies. We had some really popular days. Those, I believe, were 2 Friday dances. Right now, the average daily attendance, now this is only from November 1st to November 23rd. Average daily attendance is 75 kids.
Awesome.
So we don't have it broke down yet as far as like age groups, but we're developing different ways to track usage. Most popular day of the week is Tuesday. I know Melinda had some special programs like crafts and I believe some baking classes and a couple of other
Tuesday
things.
is dance chair.
Right. So Tuesday, the most heavily followed by Friday, which is traditionally the dances.
And you've been having a good turnout for the dances?
The kids will come from 3:30, the younger kids will come from 3:30 to 8 just to hang out and open gym. And then I have to force them to leave at
Get out.
so that the older kids start coming in
It's
for
pretty
dance.
awesome, though.
And the dances are about 100, 150.
How many
awesome.
youth council kids do you have now?
Regular, I have about 10, but they're new kids that I brought with me from the library, and new kids, but some of the old members have not been able to help out as much because they are having to participate more and help out more than just their usual meeting.
Yeah. The Lovington Activity Center Worker Association page, did they give you access to that when Veronica left? Okay, that's the page that they set up for the parents of the youth council kids, and that's where they are notified.
Okay.
We're notified them. Okay. Maybe
And
I'll.
what is it called?
Lovington Activity Center Workers Association. Veronica had access to it, and Mary Zapata's the one that set it up.
Okay, maybe Mary.
And I know that's how that they'd post their meetings for the kids.
I've been texting them, and, I've tried to set up a couple meetings, had a good turnout the first meeting, told them what the changes we were gonna have about, needing more participation, more help, because they're the ones who are gonna snack on helping with the events and stuff. So,
It's just refreshing to see people attending that center now. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I might have to come down and take some cooking.
I don't know, man. There wasn't any room. That one day you were, I think it was baking cakes. And yeah, I was helping with the sound system.
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It was crazy, busy, which future planning, that's some of the things that Melinda's working on. Modeling some policies. If we continue to have usage like this, I mean, you can see our gym's the most popular. And I guess you could say it's the most high risk too, because you've just got different activities going on at the same time. But right now, we simply can't do it because we can't afford it. But we are going to have to increase staff. We're looking at some model ratios as far as adults to patrons to find, but I know Melinda's doing a great job right now. She's got a good volunteer pool. She can depend on them, but we don't need to get ourselves in a bind where that's all we can depend on. So we're
We
going
don't want to burn out our volunteers.
Exactly. I mean, the volunteers are always going to be needed, but that's one of the things. We're going to be starting to work on our budget hard and heavy starting in February. We'll have some updated revenue reports as well. So we'll definitely look at seeing if we can increase. It may not be full-time employment, it may just be paid part-time employment as well, because there is a savings, but just to hire an entry-level employee with I want to say maybe it was family insurance, I don't remember what it was classified at, but we got to find $36,000.
It was.
And that's excluding the overtime, that's our health insurance, the FICA, Medicare, and then retirement. But it's just, we don't have the funds available, whereas with part-time, you do eliminate the health insurance, you do eliminate the retirement, and you're probably looking at about $13,000. So we may be able to hire more. We can actually hire two part-time employees versus one full-time. So we'll take a look at it and see where we're sitting a little bit closer to April and see. But that's definitely going to be a need down there. Some of the other things that we've looked at is branding of the youth center. I think it's actually starting to grow beyond the youth center. It's kind of weird in the middle of, or odd I should say, in the middle of the day, you pull up and there's all kinds of cars there, but we actually have some adult fitness classes that are being conducted for free down there. So it may need to be rebranded as more of an activity center. I know these were some conversations that Melinda and I had previously had that really it's, we have a missing demographic, and that's, well, people my age. You know, I have young kids who could use an activity to do, but mom and dad could use an activity like a painting class or something, not a book club. We don't have time to read, but you know, something to that effect, to where you can bring your kids down there so you're not having to worry about childcare. Because I know she has shifted the hours to accommodate those kids down there. But it may be rebranding that entire concept to more of a community activity center instead of just
Well, the sign already says activity center,
youth.
so.
And I don't have an issue with that as long as, you know, youth are a priority down there. That's, you know, the youth activities are gonna take priority over anything else.
And I
That's
think that will be, as long as, you know, we're taking care of them after
Yeah.
school, or, and so that will always be the priority. You know, we get the adults with that, aerobics, that's offered at 1, and there's more classes you can offer before the kids get there, but then from 6 to 9, the gym is open, and it's mainly adults. And our most popular nights are Monday and Wednesdays, which is the volleyball that we opened up, and that's the most popular, and they bring their kids, so, you know, the kids are still there up until 9 o'clock, because their parents are playing volleyball, and so they come over to the kickback lounge and play video games or games.
Yeah, and I think it's just, we've called it the youth center for so long, and when we do have adult activities down there, you hear grumblings from people, well, why are adults using it if it's a youth center? So it may just be a branding thing. Really, I think the true test of this is going to be during the summer, to just see how much competition between youth and adults, but I agree, it's a safe haven and a place for kids to go.
Are we still gonna have the summer programs set up like they were?
That's something that she's looking at. I don't know if they'll be set up identical to it. That's really up to her.
There will be a summer program. I just haven't really thought about how I'm gonna do it, but it won't be like it was. There will be a program. And I would hope to tie it into whatever the library is doing, so you can get both kids together, because now there won't be an after, the summer adventures program won't be there.
They're not doing that again?
We don't know yet.
No.
We haven't received anything, any word
Oh,
yet.
okay.
I don't believe they're going to, but I haven't received the
Yeah.
official word yet. So,
Well, that frees up the building for all day.
one of the things that we're looking at also is we have had an increased desire in individuals wanting to rent the facility. And looking at it, we're still going to reapproach that issue, because Saturdays were a complete failure. I think the most kids that we had down there were 15. And also I look at it to have one of our employees have to work every Saturday. I think we're going to burn those employees out. However, with a looking at the rental, we're looking at, you know, any youth league or organization. So I know we've had some soccer banquets down there, some football, Ironman football banquets. The Boy Scouts, the 4-H want to utilize it. If we have a government sponsored thing, for instance, we're going to have some public hearings for for our CDBG projects and the New Mexico 18 project. Also, school-sponsored events, if they want to have those, will take priority. For private rentals, those would be limited to Saturday and Sunday, and it wouldn't be the same rate structure that we used before. So what we did was I looked at taking out the capital expenditures. Right now our budget on operations is about $58,000, which if you just look at 40 hours a week, it's $28 an hour to operate that. And then salaries, just taking the salary line item, which is all of your benefits, it's about 56 bucks an hour. So whenever you take what the average wage is, excluding the directors, because it is a little bit higher, we're looking at a difference in the hourly rate of about 6 3/4. So a recommended rental rate would be about $90 an hour, have a $250 deposit. And it wouldn't be, if the $90 an hour starts from the time you start setting up to where you clean up. So it is potential, there is potential there to where instead of in the past where you would rent it for the whole day, we could actually have an event depending upon setup and cleanup. But that would all be run through Melinda. We actually have cash accountability tracking now. We have a register point of sale set up down there to where we can actually track things and expenses and expenditures and revenues a lot more accurately. But we're looking at, we're going to look at our rental agreement, and I know Melinda has already started to receive some interest, but we have not pulled the trigger on that yet because we want to make sure that everything's covered.
The event this weekend is not a rental event?
No.
How is that structured?
We just.
Because it's a money-making event for them, so
For
I'm
them.
wondering.
Yes, and it just brings people into the youth center and they can see that it is, there is stuff going on. We have it decorated, and it was just mainly one thing. I was like, let's do it there. And
It's just to draw folks down there
Yeah.
for right now. And that's one of the things that
The
we
snack
looked
bar.
at is just some of the activities get people down there. We pushed we didn't push, but the 4-H, they used to have their meetings over here at the chamber, and we asked them, and also their county 4-H meetings, move them down to the youth center, just to get that. As a matter of fact, another thing that we're doing in February, it's in the middle of the week at the evening, but the Chamber of Commerce banquet that they have been having out at the fairgrounds for the past couple of years, we're moving it down there to where we can showcase the facility, the remodel work that's all been done, just to get that back out there. But when we do have this rental agreement and rates done, events like that, they would be charged.
the snack bar will be open, so we can, make money off of that. But mainly it was just to draw people.
With events like that, I kind of would like to see them, I understand that, but it would be nice if they made a donation of some sort at least to that's the way a lot of those are generated, is if there's not a facility rental, then maybe as a fundraiser for the organization where a percentage of the booth fees or whatever went to.
And right now, the booth fee, she's using it to turn around for ads and for door prizes and stuff. So she's not.
Yeah.
But that's my stuff, and this is actually, Melinda's going to kind of talk about the direction that she's going to take, some of the ideas that she has, and I guess you would say a sales pitch.
What do I
You
click?
click to the right. There you go.
To the right. To the left, to the left.
Basically, the presentation I gave James and the people that interviewed me when I was interviewing for the position, and what I wanted to see at the youth center if I got the position of director. And it was first to start with the rebrand, because there's a lot of people you still talk to. I talked to people at the Boys and Girls Club today. I was going to ask them some questions, and they're like, the youth center in Lovington. I'm texting him. He's like, I didn't know Lovington had a youth center. So there's still a lot of people out there that doesn't realize that the youth center, that we have a youth center. And I wanted to start with the new logo, and so once we determine if we're going to say Lovington Youth Center or Lovington Activity Center, then I want to do a new logo, and we basically have a blank canvas because there's not a logo right now. And so I want, do we let the kids create one and have a contest for it, or do we just come up with one? So there's a couple of things that I wanted to present. And so these are just some of the logos that I kind of just quickly came up with if we went with the youth center logo.
Amen, Lucy.
I have been able to find
Trying to
that,
kill somebody someday.
that the youth center has a mission statement, so I want to, you develop the logo, find a mission for the youth center, and what does the city of Lovington want from the youth center, what do the youth of Lovington want from the youth center, or the people of Lovington. And so I asked a few of the kids that I know that were around me, and I asked them what they wanted from the youth center. Of course, they all said video game tournaments. And we've updated the video games, and they that those TVs stay on all day long while they're there. There's no sound. Okay, and so these are just kids, they wanted basketball games, they wanted tournaments, they want movie nights, and not movies to be able to compete with the theater, but like on a Thursday night or night they don't have school, during holiday breaks we could have a movie night, but we also need a license to be able to show movies over there to the kids. The crafts, which the crafts are real popular, but I want to go beyond just our little arts and crafts that I find on Pinterest and draw in some artists, local whoever does pottery, painters, and help teach the kids more of the arts. Tournaments, I did the first basketball tournament. It was okay. I think I would shoot for one maybe in the summer when there's no basketball going on, and so they won't compete with basketball. I have a couple of volleyball leagues set up for the adults, and a basketball league set up for the adults that will start in January that I had requests for. And so the basketball, that's still something that we'll work on. The kids keep asking, when's the next one, when's the next one? Maybe, we don't have a ping pong table, but a cornhole tournaments. They want to see stuff like that. They want to see activities that are, game nights, that are relevant to their age, and providing good music, snacks. And so we've been working with stuff. I've let the kids mess around at the dances with different ones trying the DJ. We're not paying a DJ right now because we're not charging at the dances. And so I'll just let the kids mess around with their own phone and see which ones the kid, like the best, and then play the only clean version of the music they like. And these are clean. I'm doing some science and trying to add some STEM to that. I've spoken to Mrs. Rollhart, and she's going to get with her honor students and also with the Science Olympiad kids and see if they want to come in and help set up some more of that STEM stuff for the kids to do. The baking class is really popular. The kids just, right now we're doing basic baking, making cookies or packaged cookies, or we've done cupcakes, and they've enjoyed that. The dance, right now I have, she is the Ironman cheerleader coach. She's come in and is teaching them some dance and some cheer, and that's real popular with the kids. Even some of the boys are enjoying that. As far as the dances, right now I have opened it up to 7th to 12th graders. We have a lot of the 7th and 8th graders that are coming in, and the high schoolers are slowly drifting in. But I think one of the things the high school complains about is having 7th and 8th graders there. Right now that's who's showing up. So as soon as I get more high school kids showing up, then maybe we can limit it and have 1 week for 7th and 8th graders and 1 week for high schoolers. Some additional programs I'm working on is setting up a big bully program, and I want to, I have been speaking to the Equal Buddies and helping me set something up so we can have like a big brother, big sister kind of thing there at the youth center. I've had, like the volleyball coach said, about making some team building activities for some of the teams out there and some of the kids, just providing life skills for them. budgets, checking accounts, how to fill out application, how to fill resume building that somehow they're missing at the schools. Some character building and self-improvement classes, stuff that I'm thinking, that are in the works or I'm working on to add to it. We will still retain, like you said, the summer program. The gym is open for basketball and volleyball. The volunteer program is something I'm expanding on, but it's something that the kids are having to earn and work for. It's not just show up for a meeting and you get rewarded. They're actually working and getting their time in. And tutoring, I am working with Mrs. Brillhart to get that going also with the kids, because we've had a lot of requests for it. And so then with that rebranding, then it's just a matter of marketing and getting the youth center or activity center name out there. And we're working on a web page, increasing our social media presence. So I'm sure if you guys see my post, go ahead, share it. I've hit Facebook hard. I'm working on Instagram, Twitter. I even purchased Pinterest page once we start getting more of the activities, because the crafts, I want to be able to work on a project like, say, canvas painting, and then have a cultivating event to where the kids can have like a little gala or something showing off their paintings and stuff to their parents. And even with the dance, they can show off the dances they're learning. I've been sending out flyers to the schools. I want to be able to get in schools for visit classrooms. I've been putting up posters, maybe in the Sundays, and just let them know what we're doing and the different activities we do have for them to come in and visit us at the youth center. The parents, I want to go into, I've been sending it out to the chamber and they've been putting it out to everybody, the different events we're having. Maybe visit with some of the clubs and programs around town, like the Rotary, Kiwanis, Lions, so that we just get it out there. That's what I want to do, get it out there that we are open and ready for business. Maybe radio, newspaper. You know, I would love to do a youth center t-shirt. Kids just love t-shirts, and even sell them, you know, not very high, but and I want to make it a household name. That's my goal. A safe haven for the Lovington youth, place that kids want to hang out, and something that Lovington can be proud of. And those are my goals for the youth center or activity center. And so after a month, or the 23 days that we've been open, we see 68 kids daily for the after-school program. They come in, either work on the craft, or they'll go into the gym, or they'll just sit and play. They love the board games, the video games. You know, not very many people at a time, but they'll sit and play board games or puzzles, or they'll just sit at the tables and talk. And they love the snack bar. I mean, the snack bar makes anywhere from $50 to $100 a day, depending. Usually Mondays and Wednesdays are my big days. During the dances, they make about $120 to $150 a night on that. Dance attendance, 80 to 150 kids from 7th to 12th grade. And so I'm open, not only is it a dance, but the kickback lounge is open, and the gym is open for them. And so they'll just go from dancing to going and shooting hoops to just sitting down and chilling. Or if they hear a song they like, they'll run from the gym and go dance, and they're back and forth like that. And so I think that's what's drawing them to come in and hang out on Fridays. But then now they've requested, they want us to shut down the gym so that they can have a big old dance. And so that's what we're going to do this Friday. We're not going to have an open gym, we're just going to have the kickback lounge and the dance, because that's what they've requested. And it has been used. Girl Scouts are meeting their weekly 4-H is meeting. Ironman football had a huge banquet, over 300 people in there. High school volleyball team has been utilizing it for some of their off-season practices, little dribbler sign-ups, and the cheerleaders have been using it for their practices. And it is being used for the adults right now, for the open gym, and also free aerobics at 1 o'clock. And so future programs, I want to partner with the schools to improve the after-school program, and also with the Lee County Commission for the Arts to bring in some of the local artists and stuff like that to be able to enhance our program. So that's all I have.
I would like to say one thing. I know she brought up you know, how well our snack bar is doing. We have a greater variety. We worked out some deals with local vendors. But one thing I do want to stress is there's no cash overnight. They're compliant with our strict cash controls, and so we don't have the security risk of cash being there on site overnight. So, and we are, actually the security cameras, we've had our contractor come back in, we've had to replace a couple. And also our outdoor camera, we've discovered what's wrong with it, and we'll be fixing that. It's a voltage issue with that, so.
You talked about the gym being open during dances. How do you monitor the two of them? I mean, are you on roller skates running back and forth?
Well, we've learned to do that. I just been, I'll put, remember, because I have, you know, it's Maria and Myra could do this, who's the aide, but I'll put one over there at the gym for a couple of hours, and then one is in the dance floor, snack bar area, and I'm just walking back and forth. I put in 8 miles a day, back and forth, so that we are, and and I do have some adult volunteers that come in, plus the youth council kids that are there, you know, helping us watch out. Yeah, but it's pretty.
That can be a challenge, yeah.
And so that's part of the reason we're closing the gym this week. Also, it's because Maria's on vacation, so it'd just be Myra and I, and so that way we'll close the gym and everybody's on this side.
Yeah.
It sounds like you got it under control.
Oh, you know, one thing to say, great job.
I'm very pleased that you're making it sound like it was
When we
when
were
we were in
kids,
school
Yeah.
and going there.
and that's
So
been a long
that's-
time ago.
Speak for yourself.
40
Yeah,
years.
that's been a long time.
Yeah,
But that's what I wanted all along, is for it to get back to that way.
and it's for the kids, it
Open
seems like
and
it's, yeah,
available to use, and yeah.
pretty awesome.
And as far as the activity name, that's fine with me. I mean, if it gets more people, kids or adults in there, that's great.
It just get, and I guess to get used, because I mean, I would love, there are nights that, you know, I have sign-ups over here, we have a banquet over there, there's something, you know, in each of the rooms we have to, you know, utilize them, so it's not just a big empty building.
So the nights you're having team court and all that, they still have other stuff going on
Oh,
in
yeah.
there too, so.
We had our city banquet, and I still had little dribbler sign-ups going on in the conference room.
Teen court they don't actually have their court there anymore, they just come
They
for
do
the
the prep.
meetings. That's what I
Oh,
thought,
okay.
yeah, they hadn't had teen court there in a while.
Well, yeah, I still call it.
Because the court's down to the magistrate court or city court, I mean,
I'm not sure where it is.
It's down
there.
I just know it hadn't been down there in a long time.
yeah.
I did give you some of the flyers that I've been putting out and some of our programs for December, just so y'all can have it posted at your businesses.
Did you find the notebook with all the bylaws and the
Yes.
ordinances? Okay. Since Herbert's here, do we need to go ahead and, we need to go ahead and approve the agenda?
Yeah, Herb is here. Okay,
Hiding
Get 'em.
behind me.
get a motion
Do
to
what?
approve.
You're hiding behind me.
Yeah, get a motion to
Take care of
approve,
business since you're here.
Oh,
last
yeah, yeah.
meeting's agenda, please.
I'll make the motion to approve this agenda.
Well, this agenda, try to skip ahead and skip roll.
I'll second it.
I want to do that so bad.
We had a second.
Okay, we had a second. Everybody in favor of it?
Aye.
Aye. Approval of agenda, consider, and I'd like to have a motion to consider last regular meetings minutes
I'll
of
make that,
October 3rd.
I'll make that motion.
You have a second to go in here.
Second.
Second it.
Second it, wasn't it? Oh, man, yeah.
Last month's
month's
meeting minutes.
Yeah.
You're buying separate.
Oh, don't feel bad, I tried to get
3
this,
months ago?
yeah, I tried to get it going a while ago, but it failed.
I wasn't here, so I couldn't do
They
it,
have
so.
to vote.
Yeah. Now, can everybody approve of it? Can I get it?
So does her.
That's all we do.
Oh, okay, that's all we have. Anybody else have anything to add to the meeting? If not, this meeting is adjourned.
Just want to say, I've been seeing the Facebook posts, I really like seeing the activities going on down there, and I think you're doing a great job so far. Don't burn yourself out, but